V180's word for today. Helping you live different every day.
My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Proverbs 5, verse 1. Solomon told his son, pay attention to my wisdom. The lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey, but her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is as bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword. Stay away from her. Don't go near the door of her house. If you do, you will lose your honor and will lose to merciless people all you have achieved. Strangers will consume your wealth and someone else will enjoy the fruit of your labor. And you will say, if only I had not ignored all the warnings. Now I must face public disgrace. It's always easier to dispense good advice than it is to follow it. Solomon's life proves this perfectly. He tells us repeatedly and with great conviction that only a fool will fall into adultery. Yet he failed to heed his own advice and God's explicit warning about taking too many wives or his heart will be led astray. Solomon married 700 women, and what was the result? His wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was no longer loyal to the Lord. So here's an interesting question. Could the reason be that Solomon had so much to say about this particular subject because it represented an area of struggle and vulnerability in his own life? The short answer, yes. Some leaders can do that. They speak out against areas of weakness that they see in their own lives. But one thing here is certain. If Solomon had taken half of the advice he'd given to his son, his life story would have been very different. So, the word for today is pay attention to good advice.
The word for today, as featured in V180 magazine.
Subscribe today at v180.org.au.
V180.
V180.